Greetings. This is my last video of 2018 and I'm walking, and that's just how that is. I want to talk today about social media, and I want to talk about a lot of things that I've been reading and people I've been talking to who have been saying that they're looking to get off social media or probably to reduce it drastically. And I kind of understand that. You know, there are times when even I have taken a break from social media for a week or so. I don't go look on Facebook. I don't look at, well, I do look at YouTube. I look at Instagram. I guess those count, so maybe that's not getting away. But I mean, like stuff like Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn, where sometimes you have to see people who are saying things that might generate some kind of negative response in you or get you emotionally upset at something, and you just want more peace in your life. And it's an interesting thing because my wife has never been on social media based on her own preference. She actually has a LinkedIn account that she didn't create. A doctor created a LinkedIn account for her, and then he never gave her the password to it, so she can't go in and change it. There's nothing she can really do with it. Luckily, he didn't have a picture of her, so there's no picture of her. All he had was her name and the position that she was working at the time, and that's it. There's nothing else there. You couldn't find her. As a matter of fact, she's hard to find online. And she even had a website. I created a website for her a long time ago, and that's now gone. And with the latest breach that we've heard about Facebook, and it's not really a breach because they intentionally did it, letting Bing and I guess some other company, which I can't find out the name of, basically have access to everybody's users' friends' information, which sounds really convoluted when you ask me. You just start wondering, wow, you know what? You have no privacy. You have no peace. What are you supposed to do with yourself? And I'm of two minds. I'm really of two minds. The first mind basically says that if you're going to be on social media and you're worried about privacy at all, go in and set your privacy settings. I wrote a blog post on how to set all your privacy settings for LinkedIn. And my friend Holly wrote one on how to set all your privacy settings for Facebook. So I can't be found by search. You just can't do it. I don't have like thousands of people following me or whatever because I haven't shot for that. It just isn't anything that I've cared about. Almost all the people I'm connected to are people that I've at least talked to once. There's a few people I haven't because in the early days you connected with everybody. You know, no one knew what social media was really going to turn out to be. So, you know, you've got that to worry about. LinkedIn is supposed to be for business, and when it was only business stuff, I thought LinkedIn was a champ. Then Microsoft bought LinkedIn, decided to turn it into a social media site, and now I'm amazed at some of the things that people say who are representing other businesses, but they think, well, I have freedom of speech and I can say whatever I want to. And they've just lost their minds. And the same thing happens on Twitter. It's just unbelievable what people will say. Now, on Twitter, people will try to hide themselves, but you can't. Really, if I really wanted to, I could find probably the majority of the people. I just rather not be bothered. I don't have that kind of time to be that kind of petty or whatever. It's just not really my style, but I could if I wanted to. So you have basically the first piece, which basically says if you want to be there, then set your privacy settings. But you have the other piece, which basically says if you don't want to be on social media, don't be on social media. You know, go have peace. Be like my wife. My wife does tons of things. But she has a lot of peace in not having to be on social media. She doesn't have to deal with anyone's drama. She also doesn't read the news. She doesn't watch any news. She hears about it just like I do. You know, you just can't escape everything that goes on in the world, because I stopped watching news back in 2009. So, you know, I stopped that, but I see headlines because I'm on Twitter and Flipboard, just to mention that. So it's one of those kind of things where you have to make a few determinations. One, how much peace do you want in your life? 2, how much productivity do you want in your life? But 3, how connected do you want to be to folks who you really don't get to see in person or talk to in person all that often? A lot of the people I'm connected to on Facebook are people that I know, and even locally, I don't get to see all that often. I don't get out a lot. Okay, that's not quite accurate. I get out a lot, but most of the time I'm by myself. But I don't see a lot of those people in person, so I get to talk to them on Facebook whenever Facebook lets me see their stuff. And there's something you can do about that too, but I'm not getting into that in this particular video. So you really have to ask yourself that question about whether social media is giving you what you need. You know, I did something years ago. I had another video some time ago where someone felt like social media was kind of beating them down. And I said, you know, are you ready for social media? I think that was the name of the video. You know what? I'm going to link to it so we'll both find out at the same time. But it really answers that question. Are you ready for it? And in today's video, the question is, do you want to be on social media? Is there a benefit for you? You know, Dr. Phil usually says, what are you getting out of whatever the action is that you're doing? If you're doing something good, you know, what are you getting out of it? If you're doing something bad, what are you getting out of it? It's an interesting question. How would you answer that question when it comes to social media? And by the way, how would you answer this question about why I'm walking like this? You know what? I did a video about this a long time ago too, which I'll also link to, in case you never saw that one. Anyway, my name is Mitch Mitchell. I wish the best for everyone for the rest of 2018, and we're going to take over 2019 and make it our best year ever. If you're with me, let me know. Y'all take care.